All right, so today's a really special day for the pro shop operators around the country here at Bowl Expo. We bring in a bunch of the new bowling balls that are coming out over the summer and allow the pro shop guys first access to try them out, test them, and then talk to them a little bit about what each ball is designed to do, where it fits in our arsenal, and if it will fit within their customer's arsenal. So it's kind of cool. As you can see, you got a whole range of demonstration balls, all pre-drilled. They fit their grip size, fit their thumb size, and then they jump out to the lanes and throw them. So it's a pretty cool day for the pro shop guys. So one of the things that I'm really excited to do today is I'm going to walk through the pairs of lanes, talking to some of these pro shop operators, and I'm going to ask them a bunch of questions about what their customers are seeing, what their customers are liking, what they like and what they want to see in our arsenal, and also kind of put my finger on the pulse a little bit of bowling around this country through the pro shop perspective. John, one of the questions I've been asking or want to ask a lot of pro shop people is, why bowling? Why did you get into it? What do you love about it?
Well, I got into it with my grandfather, my Opa. He had me come down one summer and I tried it out and I fell in love. I just love knocking down pins. It's just a blast.
I have been bowling since I was 10 years old.
Who got you into it?
My parents.
Okay.
And absolutely enjoyed it. I've owned a pro shop now for 10 years. I put 30 years in a business and I've been bowling ever since I can remember.
For me, it's more of the family atmosphere. My husband's more of the bowler, and we started bowling together when we were 8 years old, and he stuck with it. I did it, but I got back into it. But I like the family atmosphere. It's a family sport.
It's one of the most beautiful parts of the game is it's like a life game. It's so many people get in young and they bowl their entire lives. I really don't know too many sports that you get that competitiveness and that access for your entire life. It's a beautiful thing.
As I get older, it makes me feel young again at times.
So let's go back to when you were 40. Can you remember your first league?
I can, yeah. So I did a youth adult with my dad. My mom literally went into labor with me at a bowling alley that's no longer standing. So I'm as close to being as born in a bowling alley as you can possibly be, maybe more than you. I averaged 130 my first, and then I got an actual ball. Went from a 140 to a 190 within the next league, and then I just haven't. Like I said, I went for the next 7 years straight. So
yeah, I used to bowl in a few leagues with my grandfather, my uncles, my dad, and to this day, of all the tournaments that I've ever played in my life, I look back at those times and go, it was really the most enjoyable time on the lanes, to share that time with your family, your parents, and even really close friends, to be able to share those moments. Now you're in the pro shop game.
Yep.
You're here at Expo,
Yes.
kind of looking at all the demonstrations of all the stuff that's going on. Is there something that you're looking more for your customers, or is it really just a greater knowledge of the
100%. So we do a league right now where we're doing, it's $30 a person. It's two people a team. At the end of the year, they get 2 free balls, whatever they want. It's on us. And then we do full drilling. I'm MCA certified, of course. So I took the class with Jayhawk over here, and so we do everything by the MCA standards in our pro shop.
Again, I also work with the youth coming up through the bowling alley, and you can definitely tell that there are more two-handed bowlers you have influenced over your time.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. But you have to learn what they do. So they change different equipment of what they really need. And the different drills and what their accomplishments are.
And this is the part of the game that I think, where I have so much respect for guys like yourself and the pro shop operators is, it's not easy, right, to understand bowling balls, but then to drill them for individual customers to get the most performance out of those bowling balls. So, mate, I tip my hat to guys like yourself and everyone else here. So as a pro shop operator, you're one of the first people that get to interact with a new player or an existing player. What does that mean to you to have that kind of influence for someone in the sport of bowling?
Well, it means everything. I see new customers every day in the pro shop. Sometimes I'm at 3 or 4 or even now going to be 5 locations all in the same day, and I get to interact with young folks, older folks, people that are just getting started. Our ball bag and shoe customer is better than ever. We've seen so many more people since coming back from COVID that I can't explain how busy we really are.
Oh, I enjoy it tremendously because at that point I can tell the customers what I saw. Obviously we have to do the business side, but to be able to get to see what all the equipment does, even just watching different bowlers, that's amazing. I mean,
Well,
that's what makes this so fun.
Well, that's probably another thing that makes bowling really unique and exciting is there isn't one way to do it. One-handed, two-handed, lefty, righty. Having and just listening to you and the way that you're talking about it is such a positive way to look at it, because you want to encourage these younger generation players to continue to be a lifelong player like yourself. So thank you for what you're doing in your area.
I absolutely enjoy it. It tends to make me feel young again at times. And again, if I can put a smile on a young boy's face, then that's what I'm doing my job correctly.
Nah, mate. It's a pleasure to meet you, Russ.
Thank you, sir. I love it.
Ben, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Jason, thank you.
And enjoy the rest of Expo.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No worries. So after walking around and talking to a bunch of people, I think the thing that kind of resonates with me across the entire group is we all have so much more in common than we think, whether it be bowling with family and being introduced to the game by someone close to us, the love and passion that we have for the game, but also the education and wanting to grow the game. And whilst my path and proprietor's path and pro shop operator's paths might be all slightly different, I feel like we're all trying to go in the same direction. We want to grow the game of bowling. We want the game to be better for the next generation. And I know from working with everybody at Storm Bowling, that is our #1 priority. Our #2 priority is putting the greatest bowling balls in the hands of people around the world, but still our very #1 priority is just making the game a better place to be in than when we arrived at it. So, I don't know, seeing it all kind of unfold before your eyes and asking those questions, I don't know, you can see it in real life. And it's happening. We have people everywhere that are doing their bit. Now, I guess if you're watching this, you have a responsibility to grow the game with us, make it better, pass it down to the next generation in a better position. And if we do that, it's a win-win for everyone.